time to take a sip. Nobody likes a dried out potato.
We are back. Not from outer space, but in outer space, I guess. Hello, everyone. So, we should be finishing this game. We are in Act 3, which is the final one. I don't think it's gonna take forever, but we shall see. If I'm still streaming like by 6 p.m., I might regret these words. Has been known to happen. So, let's see, what were we even on? Right, we have half the ring locked down, and we need to figure out who was the evil hacker who put us off course. Maybe we should start by talking to Talia, who is somewhere, right? Wait. Might as well fast travel to any of these points, because that's gonna leave me here, I guess, right? Bye, Mira. Have a good night. Now, is Talia still here somewhere, or... Hello, Regrub. Right. I think she was in that conference room over here. No, that looks fairly empty. What is this room? More importantly, is there anything to click? There is not. Okay, so I guess we're heading to the captain's quarters. Well, the space game's been going for like a minute before you showed up, not more. So right now it's let's call it orientation phase. Where am I, why am I, and how many? Well, shit. Where the hell is the captain at? I wanted to ask her some things. I guess not. Okay. Right. We need the pin to unlock the server, or did we do that already? We had some information about that pin somewhere, right? Paper chase. No, these are all old. How are these sorted? I think they're alphabetical. E, P, S. That's... yeah, that's alphabetical. That is not helpful. Right, we did that last time. Why is there a little plus on the evidence? Ah. Right, because there was new info on Michio. Well, might have not meant to kill him, but, you know, you did shoot at him. In fact, I would question why there is some lethal weaponry aboard the ship in the first place, but here we are. So, the secret server was down here somewhere, right? Here, I think? Which I can't even go to anymore, can I? Have I locked myself out of part of a case, or have I just forgotten that it's already solved? Like, either is possible. Ah, there we go. That's the whole pin thing. Right. First two numbers have the same sum as the last two. It started with a 7 and the last was a 5. So... doesn't that kind of make the pin automatically 7575? Or am I nuts? Like, there is no other way to have a pair of numbers have the same sum outside of those being the same numbers. So now we just gotta figure out where that server was left, right? Pretty sure it was down here somewhere. Oh, yep. Yeah, I guess we just head downstairs with the elevator. Was it in here? Don't think so. No, definitely not. Okay, this is still flooded. Let's check in here. Chief, down here again? Didn't know you joined the ranks of us engineers. You know, I've always been interested in engineering. And yet, you were born the daughter of the Chief. Yeah, that's still fucking weird to me. Like, yeah, you're kinda guaranteeing that there's always a person for the role. But you're definitely not guaranteeing that person is actually any good at the role. You seem to have such a nice camaraderie down here. You know what they say, it's lonely at the top. Really? Never heard that before. How? But this is clearly not where the secret little server thing was hidden. So that's a problem. Because I have a feeling it might be in the blocked off part of the ship now, which would be a little upsetting. Yeah, no, it's in here, isn't it? Huh. We visited all the places in the ship. Okay, what did I say? 7575? Excuse me? There we go. That's not it. Okay. Where's my thought error then? Like, let's go for example with his half-remembered combos. 7 and 8 is 15. 4 and 5 is 9. Obviously, that is not the same same sum. 7 4. Ah, yeah, 7 4 6 5 works, doesn't it? Still wrong. Well, 7355 also works. We can, in theory, just brute force this, but I feel like I'm missing a thought there. So we know the 7 and the 5 are correct. Do I really have to try through all of these? I could. Okay, that's everything downwards. 7 9 is 16, we can't reach that. We can't reach 15, we can reach 14.
I entered the pin and held my breath. After a moment, the lock screen made way to an unfamiliar, rudimentary interface. There it all was, in white letters on a black background. A plot to radically change life on the Zephyr forever. My eyes widened as I read on and realized that something resembling a coup was imminent. The senders were using code names, and I had no idea who any of them were, except for one, the leader of the entire operation. "I am staying in the chief's bunk," she had written. Ava. I was blind with anger. Not because she was sabotaging the mission. I felt a deep sense of personal betrayal. All I could think was that our entire relationship must have been a charade, that she had been trying to get close to me in order to convert me, or spy on me, or get me out of the way easily once the time was right. I didn't report to the captain or my sergeants. This was between me and her.
Okay, could I report to the captain? Nope, I guess not. Ava! Stella, didn't hear you coming. Are you okay? You look upset. Stop feigning concern, fucking stop. You never really gave a shit, did you? What's going on, Stella? You were just trying to get close to me. How long have you been planning this? Oh, fuck. Years? Oh, Jesus, the gun is out. Years? Has it been years? Stella, our personal relationship has nothing to do with... Stop. Teacher Ava, I'm placing you under arrest for gross violation of the Codex. You are being charged with systematically undermining key objectives of the mission by stoking unrest in the population. It's not too late to pick a side, Stella. You are the head of the whole executive branch of this ship. The monopoly on all violence is yours. You tell the people to give up their weapons, they will. Yes, opposed to tasteful violations. You're making it worse for yourself. All I want is to make it better for everyone. No single person should have the power you have. It's true. Alas, here you are. Doesn't it feel like a burden at times? As things stand, nobody can free you from it, but you yourself. Stop. Enough. Going to ask you something really important, and you have to be honest with me. How do we get the Zephyr back on its course? What? Yeah, I figured the whole revolution actually has no idea about the whole course issue. That has more to do with like the companies / the captain's secrets. The course change. How do we undo it? Can you let the navigators back into their system? Okay, I know you won't believe this, but neither I nor any of my people have the slightest idea who hacked the navigation. Bullshit. I told you you wouldn't believe me. Our whole aim is to democratize the way things work on the ship. We want to hold votes on major decisions like this. The hacker imposed their own will in a way that goes against our core principles. I hate that you're making sense right now. Is there any way you can help us find the culprit within the next few hours? You seem to have your own network going. Maybe somebody knows something. We've already been trying to work this out ourselves, unsuccessfully. Okay, here's what's going to happen. I'll have you escorted to the captain. She's on the bridge. The enforcers will be permitted to use deadly force if you try something stupid. God damn, Stella. Not every solution needs a fucking gun. Not every problem needs a gun as the solution. You know what I mean. Do you understand me? Yes. The jig is up. Go to the captain and tell her everything you know. I'll join you shortly. I have to find the hacker first. We're running out of time. Stella, are you sure? I'm sure. Go. Right. Anything in here that... nope. Right, so... the hacker. I feel like we had more info on the hacker at some point. Alright, that's all that stuff. That is a wonky ass journal. Who even are our suspects for the hacker case? Like, this is pretty much everyone on board, right? Yeah. All the named people, at least. I know there was, like, a list of potential people. That's a secret server, that's all that stuff. Right. No, Elia, Joseph, Orland, and Eric. Do we have any conversations with them? We have a little with her. Nothing to this, though. And very little else. Okay. Okay, so Joseph has an alibi. I guess we need to find them. Hopefully she's in navigation. Wait, where the heck am I? Oh no, yeah, that's the right direction. Okay. Let's ask you about this. Could you take a look at the record of this badge here for a second? Does it look familiar? Of course, I have one of those myself. Would you mind telling me who else has one? All of us working in the navigation room received it. We pulled a few all-nighters during a crisis recently. All of you? Are you sure? Actually, now that you mention it, Asher didn't get one. He couldn't keep up because of his illness, and he wasn't there for most of it. So all navigators have this badge except Asher. Yeah, excellent. And I think now it's properly in the... Yeah. Okay, now to talk to the rest of the navigators, I guess. Hopefully we can actually find them. Nobody to talk to in here, which is a little annoying. There was nobody in here, was there? Nope. I wish there was an easy way to find out where the hell a person was at any given time. So, Joseph has an alibi, which leaves Orland and Eric, because we know the hacker is a man. Now, where exactly are Orland or Eric? Let's see. Oh yeah, we just talked to him, right. And Eric is an engineer. So I'm guessing he's downstairs in engineering somewhere. Actually, can I somehow ask Orland about like his whereabouts at the time of the hack? Like, we have one alibi. I would like, you know, one more. But for that, I guess I need some evidence. Regarding to the hack? Well, let's go downstairs first and check in with Eric, I guess. You're not Eric, no. Neither are you. That's that. Well, that's Noelia. I know you are not the hacker. Well, if the whole has to be a man thing is true. So let's see what she says to that honorary pitch, the badge. Nothing, okay. How about you? No. Neither of you have anything to say about anything. Great. Really just trying random evidence right now. Oh, maybe... Nope. I was hoping the navigation room might count as asking them about if they were there at the time of the hack. But apparently not. There it is. Can you produce an alibi? No. That's fairly worthless. So, it's between Orland and Eric. Huh. What am I missing? Oh, right, you're the person who said there was someone else. basically never talked to Eric about anything, huh? Okay, can we... We've certainly talked with Noelia, right? Yeah. Not much, though. On the people in question, are they all wearing their little badge? Yes. On the little photo, at least they are. Clearly, Chi-Chi did it. Now, so far, most of the things in this game have been solved by running around the place and showing the right people the right things. Hello, Jay. How are you doing? More blueprints, of course.
Whatever the future holds, I'm glad we discovered together. Yay!
Well, we have brute force the pin. So I'm gonna count that as yes. Hello, raiders. Welcome in. Have a drink. Have a seat. Have some food if you need. Right now, we're trying to solve who in the hell sabotaged the navigation system of the ship we're on. And I've run into a bit of a wall. We have several suspects, and only one of them has an alibi, and I can't seem to ask the right questions, which is very annoying. So we're kind of just running around the ship, trying to hold up the right things to the right people. There's nothing more on this here, right? Yeah, no, nothing. There's also no more evidence around here. That is irritating. Don't mind the water. The ship is just, you know, slightly flooded. Which sounds, you know, problematic. But is doubly funny when you consider that this is a spaceship. What's going on up there, Chief? I heard people are gathering in the residential area. Yeah, I guess they're discussing the situation. Please tell me he has no idea what is going on with the ship because he's been stuck down here for like the last 3 days. Must be nice to have the time, yup. I can't leave this place for a minute with the amounts of debris coming in. I can barely keep the machines from overheating. If someone can, it's you. I appreciate the hard work. Thanks, Chief. Oh no, that light shouldn't be flashing. I guess he's busy. Can we give this thing to you? See if that triggers anything? No. Makes sense. So I'm trying to work out which piece of evidence might get someone to talk about, well, where the hell they were at the time of the crime. But I don't seem to have the right thing. Can't go through here, because that leads into the residential area, right? Yeah, and that's locked off right now. Anyone around here that could tell me anything? Nope. Nobody in security. No things in security. Let's take a quick look through this here. Person who hacked Zephyr's navigation system must have been in the navigation room briefly before the power outage occurred. Talia says they have access rights to the room, which narrows the list of suspects down to Noelia, Orland, Joseph, Eric, and Asher. Asher doesn't have a navigation badge thingy pin, which softly rules him out. Orland is the person who claims to have seen someone in navigation, and that someone was a man, but claims not to have gone in there himself. But there's zero proof for that, isn't there? Joseph is the only one with a solid alibi. And if Orland tells the truth, Noelia is out because the hacker was a man. Yeah, other people have indeed corroborated that only Eric, Joseph, Noelia, and Orland have that badge. Do I have a piece of evidence, like, for the new course? Oh, maybe Talia's secret. Joseph, Asher, Noelia, and Eric all seem to know something. Maybe I can ask them about the captain's secret then. Nope, nothing from you. Nothing from you. Oh, this is just the conference room down here. There's nobody in there. Let's head back down to the engineers. They were in the left, in the server room or network room or something, right? Right, Ferret and Aaron don't know anything. I can just talk to Aaron, that's interesting. Hey Chief, everything alright? Not much is alright lately. What do you mean? I mean, have you heard from the captain? Heard what? Anything really. We're feeling a little out of the loop here. We've been hard at work trying to get everything back up and running. But we don't really know what happened or why. The truth is, we're still figuring everything out ourselves. As soon as we know everything, the captain will make a statement. But you must know something already. Why don't you share that? I don't know. It's not up to me. What do you mean it's not up to you? It really only is up to you. That's a big part of the problem. I'm just saying, I think the guys down here are getting a little impatient. Okay. Where the hell? Can't go further, no. Have I totally misremembered which room they're in? Apparently so. Ah, could I borrow your attention again for a moment? Navigator Joseph was at the captain's office earlier. Do you know why? No idea, Chief. Excuse you? I'm not actually talking to you. They said something about Otis and Iris. Iris? Otis is a star we've known for a long time. Nothing secret about it. So neither of you know what Joseph wanted from the captain? No. Are you sure? Why don't you ask Joseph? Of course I'm asking him too. Is this all you have to say? Noelia knows something. But I guess we're going to ask Joseph. Ah, okay. Stella. Noelia? My dad messaged me about everything that went down at the captain's office. Oh. Thank you for not locking him up. He said he was very surprised you let him go. Well, it was my judgment that he didn't pose a direct threat. You did the right thing. I know he doesn't want me to tell you, but I feel like you should know the truth about Otis. The captain told you about the course change. Yes. Did she tell you where we're going? She said there's another star there. Not just a star, Stella, a planet. She didn't tell you about Otis B, did she? Tell me what? Noelia, what are you saying? My dad was working late one night when a message from Earth came in. The captain was with him. Our plotted course was going to get us very close to a star called Otis. Extremely close in interstellar terms. Of course, we knew this already. And we thought we knew everything about Otis since long before the Zephyr was even built. But the message that night changed everything. Tell me what it said. One of the planets in the system has become viable, fit for human life. What? That's impossible. Earth has developed a new terraforming technology. Could we do it? Could we go and live on this planet? It seems that way. So, did the mission change? No, this was supposed to stay a secret, only for the captain's eyes. Why for her eyes? Why wouldn't they tell any of us? If they want us to go to Eurus D, it makes no sense to me. Did you see the message? No, only my dad and Talia did. You're saying we could be breathing a natural atmosphere within just a few years? That's what you're saying? Yes. Have you told anyone else? No. It's been very hard. I've been wrestling for this with months. What? What did I just do to that sentence? I've been wrestling with it for months. Our closest approach was going to come up next week, and I've been feeling the pressure mounting every day. I think my dad has felt the same for a while, but we try to avoid the topic. This is a lot. Listen, Stella, I don't know either why Earth informed us about this, and I don't fully understand why we weren't ordered to change course right then and there. Our mission is to bring humanity to a new planet, so why not this one? Noelia, did you change the ship's course? No, I swear I didn't. Were you going to do anything? I don't know. But you know what I think? I think Talia's son got too close to the truth. Curtis? Why do you think so? We were pretty close up until recently. I often saw him at work or on my way here. But he started acting paranoid a few weeks ago, and it got worse pretty quickly. I asked him about it multiple times, but he kept beating around the bush. When he was put in the psych ward, it seemed like Talia tried to avoid addressing it completely. But of course, she had to say something about it eventually, and it was very cryptic if you remember. She said he was acting overly paranoid. Didn't you just say the same? Yes, but what if he actually had a reason to? What if he was afraid Talia would have put him away and medicated to keep him from talking? So you think he found out the truth about Otis? Or maybe Talia told him about it in confidence? Yes, something like that. I'm not entirely sure. I would have asked him already if I was allowed to visit him in the psych ward. I can visit anyone there as long as I say it's for a case. That's what I was getting at. I'll talk to him. I should definitely see what he has to say. Otis B clearly plays a huge role in this, and maybe Curtis knows something crucial about it. Thank you for telling me all this. Good luck, Stella? Surely that's meant to be good luck. I hope you do the right thing.
It's hard to describe what I felt in that moment. It was like the prospect of spending my life on a planet would not fit into my brain. It had taken me so long to come to terms with the fact that I would die on the ship. I didn't want to relitigate the issue just to set myself up for more disappointment. For a good while, I tried not to think about it at all. Talia had clearly kept this from me, and I began to wonder what else she was hiding. Her story still didn't fully make sense. How could we use that new technology? Wouldn't Earth have to send something? Materials, blueprints, Would they even work with us at all if we failed to complete the mission? Besides, terraforming was a process that could take decades or even hundreds of years. There were so many questions I could have asked, maybe should have asked, if only I had taken 2 seconds to think about it logically.
Right. Okay. No update on this, no. But one new evidence. Well, 2 new evidence actually. Okay. Now where's the psych ward? This is all closed off. Here. Okay. Can I just go in? No. So I have to give her something. Can I just, Yes, I can. Nurse Onara. Is Assistant Captain Curtis here? Yeah. Is it possible for me to talk to him? To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. What does that mean? The captain seems very concerned about his condition and what he might say to people. And she disallowed all visits to him? She implied it. But she also knows that decisions like this are at the discretion of the medical staff. So, what does the medical staff say? I'll open the doors for you. Thank you, Onara. Hello, Curtis. Assistant Captain Curtis, I need to talk to you about something very important. Do you feel like you're in the right state of mind? Are you asking me if I'm too crazy to be a reliable source? Yeah, I think that's pretty much the question here. No, I'm asking if you're too medicated. No, I'm barely getting any meds at this point. My mom pushed for stronger medication when I got here, but they stopped giving me that stuff after a few days. Well, that's good. In that case, I need to ask you something. I overheard an argument between Navigator Joseph and Talia earlier. Do you have any idea what that could have been about? I know a lot of people have a lot of problem with her style, so not in particular. So there's nothing the Navigator specifically may know about? What are you getting at? Alright, listen. I've received information that you may have been looking into Talia's affairs. Wait, did she put you up to this? No, on the contrary. She seems to be hiding something, and I want to know what you were able to find out. You were trying to dig into Talia's secrets. What was it that you were after? Let it go. It would just make things more complicated if you knew. Did she have you thrown in here when you confronted her? No, nothing like that. I didn't confront her about anything. So you're trying to get into her computer? Her PDA records? And where on the ship would I get my hands on those? Ooh. Okay, let's name a place on the ship where you could get possibly access to Talia's PDA records. I mean, as assistant captain, he has access to all the official rooms, right? Like the captain's office, for example. We don't have anything like the captain's bunk in here, right? Either I'm missing something or the game is asking for a fairly big leap in logic. Yeah, no, I feel like the captain's office is the most logical place here. It was down here somewhere. She doesn't keep any records at her office. You should know that. I do not know that. How would I know that? Why would I know that? I guess we can look around once more. This is all locked off. Conference room, maybe? Let's just check everywhere, I guess, for potential PDAs. To the left is the chief's bunk and my bunk. There shouldn't be anything in there. So let's check the captain's office just to be sure. Like, there's clearly computers and stuff around here. Well, a computer. Pretty sure we I'm gonna say X-rayed this place properly. Yeah, nothing more here. Oh, actually, did I talk to him now? While we're here, might as well. Really, you have nothing to say about that? That's surprising. Yeah, nothing here. Where else could the captain and assistant captain, co-captain, whatever... Where would you keep stuff? Hello, Iron. Thank you for, oh dear, 32 months. Yeah, that is almost a year. Yep, definitely. Aether&Iron, if you were a paranoid captain, where would you keep your PDA? Because for some reason you're not keeping it in your office. Toilet block. I'm doing well. I've already done puzzling in Iron style. Okay. Don't have access to the brick and I can't talk to anyone about it. So I guess that's just off. So, we have learned that there is a terraformable planet, like, nearby, which is where our new hacked course is leading. Only a handful of people know anything about that, and supposedly, the son of Captain Talia knows something. But to convince him to share that info with us, we have to show proof that he had access to that information on her PDA or computer somehow, somewhere. And I just don't see where. Curtis challenged me to name a place on the ship where he could possibly get access to Talia's PDA records. Could be like the network or server room, I guess? Somehow I missed Psych. Hang on. Ah yeah, it's there. So, like, server room, the network access point, or of course, the secret server, somehow? Don't think he has any access to that at all. It's not just the secret server. I don't know, he's been locked up in the psych ward and medicated for several months. So I feel like the secret server kind of got set up after that. So probably not that. But we're gonna try. Yeah, no. Yeah, see that, yeah, would have had to break in, and it doubt you have proof of forced entry. Oh, so we're moving, huh? Forced entry in the network area. We had something there, didn't we? I guess. Yeah, the bloody PDA, isn't it? Or even earlier. Scroll. That's it. Really? Okay, then the bloody PDA, surely. Oh? What else could it be? Right, a broken door. that would do it, yes. But assuming just for a second that I was down there, what network would I have tried to get into? Oh, Christ. Yeah, the PDA network terminal, right? Surely. This guy needs to learn, no comment, yes. You stole backups from the PDA network, didn't you? Stella. And I saw you that night, didn't I? It was an accident, I swear. I didn't mean for things to go down that way. Oh, cool, so he's the guy who killed our father. Nice. You killed my dad. Stella, I couldn't have possibly known that. You killed my dad. Assistant Captain Curtis. I'm placing you under arrest for the murder of Chief of Security. God damn it, Stella, the gun is out again. Will you stop pointing that thing at everyone you're angry at? I mean, I get it, this is peak cop behavior, but still. I'm so sorry for what happened. Please listen to me. No. We will have a proper conversation in the break. And then you're going to stay there for a long, long time. A break? What difference will it make to this place? My own mother locked me away already. I'm stuck in a room on this ship now. And we were always going to be stuck on the ship together. So we were always going to have to work together. Not if I shoot you. Then I wouldn't be able to tell you what I found. I know the truth about Otis B. What else could you possibly have to offer me? You know? I know we don't have to be stuck on this ship. How did you get your hands on that message? I didn't. I was told about it. So tell me one good reason not to. Do you know who sent the message? Of course, it came from Earth. Did Talia tell you that? Why would you believe her? What does it matter? Stella, why would Earth tell us about this? Don't you think they'd anticipate a huge risk of abandoning the mission? Who else would? The message was sent from another ship. Another ship? But we are the only one. The one egg in the second basket. Not anymore. Now we're just the backup egg in the third basket. Are you fucking with me? You're just saying anything now to get out of this. Or maybe Talia keeps lying to you and everybody else. She would protect the mission at any cost. Of course she doesn't want anyone to know about the Iris. The Iris. Joseph mentioned that name to her. Tell me everything you know. You're lying about this? I will shoot you later. Twice. Deal. Stella, I didn't mean to harm you or William. I saw an opportunity to create a distraction, and it went horribly wrong. For what it's worth, I think about the events of that night every day. It's eating me up. I don't care that you suffer. Do you have any idea how I feel? I know. I understand. Fuck. What is the Iris? I only know what the message said. They were forbidden from contacting us, but someone on the ship went rogue. They thought we should know. There were known risks when the Zephyr was first conceived, but humanity was desperate. Many of those risks were associated with the length of the mission. A lot can change in 130 years. Especially technology. They considered that maybe a better propulsion method would come along just a decade later that cut the travel time in half. Or that other nearby planets would become viable for human life while the Zephyr was already en route to Otis. And the latter is exactly what happened. They were already drawing up plans for another generation ship at that point. As soon as the Iris was finished, it set course for Otis B. All this happened years ago, unbeknownst to anyone here. When we received the communication a few months ago, the Iris was a mere 2 years away from the Otis system. So it's not even technically a generation ship. Their total travel time is just about 25 years. Oh my god. So we might even meet other humans? If we change course to Otis, yes, they'd already be there. Here it is. We have changed course. Or rather, we still are. What? Why do you think the power went out? The engine was turned on without proper procedure and caused a full reboot. If we don't course correct within the next few hours, we will be en route to Otis for good. No. Don't pretend like you didn't know about this. I had no idea, I swear. How would he? He's stuck in here for months. I thought you didn't orchestrate this whole thing? No, again, he's been stuck in here, woman. Stella, I'm telling the truth. I have no interest in being shot twice. You know, that is a good motivator to tell the truth. Besides, how would I pull that off? I was barely able to talk to anyone for the past month. Yeah, exactly. You were using the secret server. I have no idea what you're talking about. Exactly, because that was set up after he was in here. Without my PDA, I can't connect to any server, secret or otherwise. That's a good point. I have to find the culprit and force them to let us back into the system. Do you have the slightest idea who it could have been? If they're trying to get to Otis B, then I assume they know we could settle there. They don't necessarily know about the Iris. Just that there's a new terraforming technology we may be able to use. Whoever got wind of that and is sick of life on the ship, that's your guy. Agreed. I have to go find them before it's too late. Ooh. Tricky. I forgive you for what you did. I understand it was an accident. Thank you. Stella, do you want us to course correct back to Eurus? Now we're asking the good questions, aren't we? It's our mission.
My head was spinning. For over a month, the mystery surrounding my dad's death had constantly occupied my mind. There was a brief moment of relief, a weight lifted off my shoulders when I found out who was responsible and why he did what he did. The feeling was immediately overshadowed when I realized the scope of the situation. Everything finally fell into place. Of course, Earth had never told us about Otis B. Of course, the Zephyr would never be able to terraform it. The Iris was the final missing piece that the captain had tried to keep from us. I couldn't fathom the possibility of meeting other people on Otis B. How many were there? What were they like? I started daydreaming of blue skies on an alien world, an ocean of friendly faces in unfamiliar uniforms. Looking back, I felt isolated on the Zephyr. I harbored hope that meeting people in a new context would be my chance to reinvent myself and my place in society. At the same time, I realized how selfish my thoughts were. It would be pointless to go to Otis B knowing that humans were already settling there, when our whole mission was to bring humanity to a new place.
Right. That's not the entire conversation. That's barely any of the conversation, in fact. I guess it's time to talk to Joseph, isn't it? Can we actually walk from here? I don't think we can. We can, technically, yeah. Progress is indeed happening. Sideways progress mostly, but progress. That's like my, yeah. Yo, Joseph. Come on, you have to talk to me about one of these things, surely. No? Really? Nothing? Bloody hell. Hey, what if I told you there was another planet we could settle on? And it already has people. See, that would be a good, good argument not to go there. Oh no, people. It's true. Right. Who doesn't want to stay cooped up on the ship and is in our very small circle of people with access? No, near enough nothing who looks most unhinged. Messiest hair. Okay. Let's say we trust Orland's word that the hacker was a man with access to the thing and the navigator whatever badge pin thing. That really boils it down to him, doesn't it? Fuck it. Oh, Eric, where are you? Seriously, where are you? There. What do you mean you have to go find him? We visited him like 5 times in the last half hour.
In the final hour before things came to a head, you could cut the tension in the command area with a knife. The crew knew that there was very little time left to save the mission. The population, meanwhile, knew barely anything at all, which understandably upset them. By now, Talia had ordered a partial lockdown of the ship for fear of intervention. It was an unprecedented move, a drastic decision even by her standards. She barely even seemed to trust the crew around her. It was somewhat understandable, but I couldn't help but feel that she had some responsibility for her predicament. She had increasingly avoided direct communication with the general population for a long time, and now she was afraid they would make their voices heard no matter what. She was probably aware of the bitter irony herself.
Wait, what is my son doing here? What is your son doing here? I have no idea. Dad! Navigator Eric. We have known each other for decades. We stepped foot on the ship together. I never imagined you could betray us all like this. And betray yourself. You accepted the same mission as everybody here after all. What is my son doing here? He's the reason, isn't he? Oh! See, now that makes sense. The kid has essentially ship sickness. He's slowly dying from some unknown cause. Well, not entirely unknown cause, but like it is something that affects a small population on the ship, which seems to be caused simply by being on the ship. Hello, Game Wanderer. What do you mean, tell me about potato? What kind of question is that? Did you know potatoes are the most satiating food available to humans? Which in turn, I guess, would make them very good space food. Though I guess for space you would have to call in question the way to store it. So you probably would need the most energy intensive, not the most satiating. Tricky questions. I call propaganda. Is that when a British person takes a good look at something? Carry him back on the outside of the ship. What, the propaganda? I'm confused. Anywho, potatoes. Boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew. Yeah, I think on a pure like storage thing, something like couscous, lentils, or rice might be the better choice. They are not, however, from South America, like the potato. To loop that back a little. How are you doing, Game Wanderer? Are you finally through Crimson Desert, by the way? Or, like, how fucking big is that game? Oh, gotcha. Super big. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. There is a YouTube video waiting on my Watch Later playlist going, the title was something like, Crimson Desert is proving why reviews after 10 hours of game time can be extremely flawed. Anywho, back to the game. You haven't even gotten to the eponymous Crimson Desert 50 hours in. Good lord. So, in the game, we have just confronted the person who hacked the navigation computers because they somehow got access to information that a terraformable planet was nearby, and since his son is suffering from some kind of spaceship sickness, which hopefully would just go away if we settle on a planet. Yeah. That seems to have been the motive. I don't know where and how he learned about it, though. So let's find out. He's the reason, isn't he? His condition? Once you heard there was a chance of planetary life for him, you took it. But you chose for all of us, not just him. Some of us care about our children, Captain. Ooh, sick burn on the captain who just locked up her son in Psych-hold. Tread lightly. Take him to the brig, Bodo. Yeah, they do, don't they? And I'm pretty sure that's hello, Anna. How are you doing? Well, that's a sweet compliment. And yeah, I'm not sure if the suits looking like the Fallout suits is on purpose, considering the ship kinda serves a similar purpose. Earth is fucked, so they send out a generation ship to settle on another planet so that humanity can continue. Been a long week? Oh dear. I hope the weekend at least was good. Hello, Pico. That's one way to get out of jury duty, I guess. Wait, what about undoing the hack? I thought we needed him. I thought so too, but Navigator Joseph was able to regain control over the system just a moment ago. We can correct course as soon as it's done rebooting. No, please. Joseph, you're killing my son. Eric. Your son wants to serve the mission, as a matter of fact. Does he now? The, what, 12-year-old? You think that's a valid idea here? Okay, Pico, have fun. Actually, the perfect answer would be, not if I raid you first. He literally won't be able to. He will die before he even completes his training. He told me he didn't want to sabotage it. Isn't that right, Assistant Navigator Elliot? Oh, wow, she's just shamelessly... He's a child. He doesn't fully understand what all this means, and you damn well know it. Yeah, kinda agree with him there. I merely asked him what he wanted. For the first time in your life, you raging hypocrite. Shut up and move. Now, Teacher Ava, do you have any idea of the damage you've done to our shared goals? Who is us? I think you still overestimate the social cohesion on this ship. Who else is part of your little club? Well, basically everyone that isn't like full-on crew. You could have met them all right now if you hadn't taken my PDA away. What do you mean? What are you planning? What do you want? You saw the letter I sent to Lewis, didn't you? That should have given you an idea of what we want. More democracy? In the long term, yes. But let's start out with something very concrete. We know about Otis B. We demand a vote. Let the people decide where they want to go. Everybody cast their vote long ago when they set foot on this ship. Sorry honey, half the people on this ship weren't born when it took off. Yeah, exactly. I was born on this ship. I never voted for anything. Did you, Stella? No, I didn't. I'm sure you'd like to have some agency over your own life for once. Ava, not like this. No, Stella, exactly like this. Don't be naive, Stella. There is no other way to effect real change. The Ethics Committee was informed of our concerns time and time again, but of course, they fell on deaf ears. Maybe not all of us want their parents' job. Maybe not all of us want a child at 35. Maybe not all of us want to die out here. I know I can't force you to do anything, but I'm asking, I'm begging. Please stop forcing us too. Let the people decide. You alone are in control of the situation here, Stella. The executive branch is all yours, for better or worse. Make the right choice. Tell your people to stand down. Chief, listen to me. The mission is so much bigger than all of us here. Billions of people already cast their vote. They entrusted us with this responsibility, this incredible privilege to serve humanity. It's not up to you or me or even all of us put together to abandon it. We're not abandoning anything. We're putting the mission's target planet up to a vote. It's simply not up to us. The Codex states that betraying the mission or not is not a choice anyone is authorized to make. I'm able to strip you of your powers immediately if you directly jeopardize mission success. Do you hear this, Stella? What good if your post if it can be stripped away at will by a single person? I need to think. Start the vote. I know you want to. I know you haven't been happy in a long time. This is your first step towards... Is this why you've been trying to get... Is this why you've been trying to get close to me? And Louis too? Just to manipulate me when the time is right? You've been manipulated your whole life, not by me or Louis. I swear I genuinely like you, Stella. She's still trying to manipulate you, Chief. Yeah, so are you. You cannot let your emotions get the better of you. We have to hold a vote. Chief, with all due respect, how else do you expect us to go forward? We'll continue to be trapped on the ship together. Do you want to turn the residential area into a second brig? He's right, Dad. We should get a broadcast out. Let's get this started. We don't have much time. The wording of this broadcast is going to play a huge role in how people vote. Oh dear. What a democratic thing to say. I'm not advocating for manipulation. Quite the opposite. That is why I wanted all of us to be here and discuss it together. We have to make it quick. The navigators are standing by. I haven't touched the controls yet, but we have no more than an hour left until the fuel is depleted. Flush her out the airlock. Oh dear. People don't even know about Otis yet. I'm still processing it myself. How did you find out anyway? Doesn't matter now. I'll tell you after all this is over. I agree it's a lot to take in and base an important decision on, but there's nothing we can do about that. Democracy isn't perfect. We have to trust the people to do the right thing. Because that's never turned out to be a terrible idea. Aren't you a history teacher? We hold a vote. That's final. What do we need to discuss? We're going to need a paragraph about Otis B and the new terraforming technology, as well as one informing everyone about our agreement. The people need to know that the crew is on board with this course of action and will honor the vote. How are people going to cast their votes? Yeah, that's a good question. Some foolproof anonymous system would be best, but I suggest we use PDA messages. We should read and evaluate them together as they come in. Can we use your PDA for that, Stella? Mine? Sure. Anything else you want to include in the broadcast? Actually, there is. I think people should know the full truth to make an informed decision. And the truth about what? I'm working myself up to it. Chief, don't. How do you think we learned the truth about Otis B? Earth never wanted us to know. There's another ship like ours, the Iris. What? Another generation ship? That's enough. Not technically. They're reaching their goal in just one generation. They're about to reach Otis B. Are you saying we'd meet other people? Yeah, we're going there, despite other people. We would meet other people. I know it's a huge argument for Otis B for a lot of people, but I think they I think they deserve to know. Are you serious? This is real? Captain, you saw the message with your own eyes. That's a weird phrasing. With our own eyes? I did. Stella, I can't believe you didn't tell me about this. It's very new to me too. Yeah, we learned that in the last 20 minutes. Okay, great. Now it's even more to process. Yep. Let's add it to the paragraph about Otis B. Thank you for telling us. Navigator Joseph? We have tallied the votes. You already told everyone about the iris. I've been considering it for so long. Oh, you've really not already. I thought everybody deserved to know about the possibility of meeting other people. Did it sway their votes? I think it probably did. Maybe. They did vote to abandon the mission. We're going to Otis B. So I don't correct the course. No, let the ship finish its maneuver. I suppose Eric will be thrilled. I have a feeling it won't just be him. You called for me, Captain? Yes, you're fired. I did. Thank you for coming. I wanted to talk to you ahead of tomorrow's big ethics committee session. No matter the outcome, we have some things to settle between the two of us. About the iris. It was foolhardy to trust the general public with this information. Even more so because you used it to turn the sentiment on the ship against the mission. I stand by it. It seems kind of weird that they don't want to end the... I mean, the argument for continuing the mission is fairly simple. It is what we were meant to do. And it's another safety net for humanity as a whole. We'd have 2 space colonies, basically. Yeah, it's a second seed. Meanwhile, 2 colony ships on 1 planet might speed up colonization a bit, so there's some safety. Correct, they had no idea about a closer option when they launched. The other ship basically, yeah, just passed them by. Anyway, I always knew that introducing voting on anything would be the downfall of the whole system. Democracy is a nice luxury that we cannot afford on the Zephyr. Some situations call for strict hierarchies, and the mission is one of them. We signed away our voting rights when we started it. Yeah, except... yeah, that's easy to say for the person at the top, but more importantly, that's an easy thing to say for somebody who actively did sign away their right. Again, as soon as the second generation was born, that argument no longer holds sway, because none of them ever had any choice in anything. The game has been very unsubtle about this regarding the whole you always have the job that one of your parents had situation as well. We actually did make the decision to be here, unlike many of us. Yeah.
When you're all stuck in a place together, how do you judge or punish your fellow captives? And after a period of turmoil and unrest, who even judges whom in the end? The people who happen to come out on top certainly aren't innocent either. The Ethics Committee struggled with this problem, and decided early on that there wouldn't be any severe punishments such as lengthy prison sentences. Of course, pretending that nothing happened wasn't an option either. We had to strike a balance to keep our little society somewhat functional. It took us months to work through all the accusations and evidence. Between certain individuals, some residual animosity can still be felt to this day. There was a long debate about whether Eric's decision to divert the ship's course was selfish or selfless. Everybody believed his claim that the power outage had been accidental, but that didn't take away from its catastrophic consequences. 4 people had died, and many more had suffered severe and long-lasting injuries. At least the damages to the ship turned out to be mostly superficial. The Ethics Committee noted that, regardless of his intent, motive, or state of mind, Eric's actions had been incredibly reckless. He spent the weeks leading up to his sentencing in the brig. The Ethics Committee revoked his access to the bridge and permanently relegated him to the inner hull. Once people had voted against carrying out the mission, a chain reaction of changes unfolded throughout the ship. Everything was suddenly up for debate. Hierarchies, career choices, offspring. the dissidents had essentially won in the court of public opinion and were largely spared prosecution for their actions. Ava admitted to having planned the insurrection for over a year. She began her testimony by recounting a late-night conversation at the bar with Geraldo, Michio, and some additional people whose names she wouldn't divulge. She was surprised to be met with universal agreement when she aired her grievances about the Zephyr's rigid social structure. Over the next few months, she went on to formulate a list of demands that slowly morphed into a manifesto for self-determination, which she deemed incompatible with the goals of the mission. She came up with a system to recruit allies without leaving a trace on the Zephyr's networks, which we stumbled upon when the letter in the inner hull was discovered. At that point, the movement and its talking points had already gained a lot of support in the general population. Taking the server online and sending out a mass broadcast on arrival day was meant to bring public pressure to a boiling point. However, the plan was delayed when the power outage occurred on that same day through sheer coincidence. Ava and her accomplices had no knowledge of the hack or its intended purpose. When they looked into it through their network, Noelia quickly cracked and revealed the truth about Otis B. The group then devised the plan of putting the course change to a vote and allow the people, as they put it, to be the masters of their own destiny. In a last-ditch attempt to force the vote, they made the decision to storm the bridge and stall the course correction. I was thoroughly questioned about my role in the whole ordeal. My decision to make the Iris a matter of public record was not punished in any way. On the contrary, it was generally well received. Captain Talia filed a complaint against me for defying her order to arrest Joseph. I stood by my decision, and the matter was ultimately dropped. The Ethics Committee argued that the situation was complex, and that Joseph turned out not to be a threat to anyone after I let him go. The main charge against me was the use of excessive force against Michio, resulting in his death. Our final encounter haunts me to this day. I'll never forget the way he collapsed, the endless amounts of blood spilling out onto the floor. I immediately rushed to provide first aid, but as soon as I saw his blank eyes staring back at me, I knew there was nothing I could do. My memory of the following hour or two is still very fuzzy. I know I called Paul and just sat there until he arrived. Someone brought me to my bunk and helped me wash off the blood. Then I fell asleep on my bed for a while. Even though he attacked me first, I fully blame myself for Michio's death. I kept thinking about alternative ways the whole thing could have played out. The Ethics Committee ultimately ruled that I shot him in self-defense. I didn't receive any formal punishment, which left me with mixed feelings. Dad died a little over 3 years ago. It's actually arrival day today, but that no longer means anything. Well, except for one thing. We just received another communication from Earth. It's the first one since we came clean about the course change. I don't know yet how they took it, but I assume they're pretty disappointed. The captain forwarded one message to me directly hours ago. It's time I watched it.
Hello, my beautiful daughter. I don't even know where to begin. I hope you're safe and sound out there. I'm not going to lie, a lot of people on Earth are pretty pissed at you. But you know what? I say, good for you. I'm glad the Sparrow decided to spread its wings and fly free. Mission Control left you in the dark about your options, which I never supported. I'm proud of you for figuring it out. Nobody here has any idea how you did it. Well, some of it was blind luck. Thank you for trying to tell us all those years ago, Mom. Ever since they said we'd re-establish contact with you, I thought about this next part. I was devastated to hear about William's passing. I thought you'd have so much time left together. I hope you're holding up okay. I wish I could be there for you. It's hard to me to say much more about it. You knew him so much better at this point than I probably ever did. But I do know that the man I remember would want you to come into your own. I don't know how things work on the ship now that you've changed course. I just want you to know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. I wish you all the success in the universe. Thank you, Mom. Stell? Stell! Are you in there? I'm here, come in. Listen, we're... Oh. Chi-Chi almost slipped out. Yeah, she keeps trying to do that. Do you think I should just let her go? As in, let her roam free? Yeah. Give her a shot at being an outside pet. I mean, she wouldn't be the only one on the ship. They seem to handle themselves just fine. Let her out. Open the door. What a metaphor. Are you sure? Yeah, she clearly wants it. You say so. See you soon, Chi-Chi. Listen, Stell. We're about to establish contact with the Iris again. We're getting so close now we can almost talk without any delay. It's time to discuss our next steps together. The captain wants you to be there for it. Sounds exciting. I'm ready. Lead the way. Alright, let's go. Oh, almost forgot. Happy arrival day, Stell. Happy arrival day. Axolotl cats. Which, I don't know if that makes it worse or better. More damp. Mm-hmm. What do you mean ending number 26,652? Excuse me? Ending ID is generated through an algorithm that does not reflect the actual number. I see. Yeah, we somehow bungled the very first post-tutorial case. Time to go for the other 27,000. Yeah, no. Scans triggered 300. Talia was the Zephyr's captain in the end. That's an option to not happen. Interesting. People of the Zephyrs decided to abandon the mission. Yeah, I can see that. Chi-Chi returned home. Oh no. Can be lost, huh? You found out who hacked the Zephyr's navigation? Yep, we sure did. It was clear deduction and nothing else. You found the person responsible for William's death. Okay. So that is that. I think we're gonna take a short break and then start another game. But first... there's way too many streamers in here. So many people you should absolutely check out.
You walk to your grave.
What do you fucking mean it's too easy now? I've used all my healing items. Oh, God!
Whoops. There we go. Not the moth duet. Yeah, I think that's the same clip we saw early on the raid. All perfectly normal humans. Yes, definitely.
Whatever the future holds, I'm glad we discovered it together. Yay!
Oh my god!
What a clip.
Oh, that was epic.
I do like the 360 you're doing, like, okay, what, where? Whoa! out of nowhere. Yep. Or was. Now let's see if we can do game capture. We can, excellent. And change the category. Do I retitle the stream? Kinda have to, because the title only fits the space game. Mostly always doomed, it's true. There we go. Aether&Iron. As you can see, this is the absolute first time I'm launching this game. So let's see if there's anything I need to fix. For example, the music. Surely there's some music. Yeah, so I think in January this had a demo, and I absolutely love that. I'm guessing this is the settings were kept from the demo. So yeah, let's see, we can slow down or speed up the text speed. Let's see if we need that. That seems like it could be a good idea. Is combat motion probably not needed? Enable typewriter. Okay. We'll just leave that as is. So this is noir punk, I guess, is the theme of it. Very 1920s, 1930s, except as you can see with floating New York City. I might have to turn down the music a tad. It's okay on stream, but it's a little loud for me. Probably also means rest needs to go down. We'll see. I think balance should be fine. Surely. Ooh, we can take on permadeath. That we shall not do.
Every man, woman, and child remembers the day that Aether first captured their imagination, that gravity became nothing more than an inconvenience. Prepare yourselves, fair citizens of New York, to feel such wonder again. The Helicline Institute of Aethonics is announcing an early Aether Tech showcase ahead of the 1939 World's Fair. So come one and come all, and be inspired. Gaze upon new skyward frontiers and see that there is no alternative to a future amongst the heavens.
Looks like it's time. There's no thriving in this city. Not when the shadow of the uppers keeps the rest of us fumbling in the dark. They get the sunlight and the cotton clouds, while the lowers is lost in the dark at midday. But with a job like today's, I can catch my breath. No guns, no complications, not like last time. I'd sooner throw myself into the well and let the gravity storms pull me apart than go through that again. And if this goes well, I'll never have to. I can still hear my Zio's last breaths echoing in the gunshots that rip the ground from beneath my feet.
Now leaving the station.
I could leave this smuggler business behind. I wouldn't have to worry about backroom deals, meddling tyrants, or pulling pennies from the smoke of a gun. I'd find a place up here where the air is clean, where the sun wakes you up in the morning, and the stars say goodnight. It'd be just me and the open sky, finally free. I slip into one of the ritziest hideaways in the uppers, long after the rich and sauced have sauntered off to bed. The glass cage cleans up nice after hours, but no amount of soap will wash away the stink of high-class gin and imported cologne.
You know, I really appreciate that this is voice acted. Because that means I have a chance to save my voice.
My shoe gives the glass floor a wary tap as I scan the room. I ignore the booze hound glued to the table and
Oh, it auto-pauses when it loses focus. That's interesting. So I can't just let it play on and answer in chat, I guess.
turn to the stern-faced bartender.
Yeah, I absolutely expected this to be like Duskpunk, where I would have to read a lot.
It has been 2 hours. Time for a quick break. Get up, stretch your legs, grab some new water.
We're fine. Just gonna play a little bit of this, like, I don't know, the intro mission or something. And then call it a day. Okay, things to click.
The regulars flock here to take in the view
even
of
that
our
is read
bottle
out
of something
nice.
expensive and bubbly. Every now and then, a soul gets grounded. And this is the best seat in the house.
Sorry, a soul gets grounded. Is that euphemism for someone falls off the fucking city? Or gets thrown, I guess.
The booze hound's a whistling faucet, and his drool-spattered watch is worth more than my whole outfit. As good a mouthwash as any. Might come in handy later, too. Currency in my line of work isn't always green.
Yoink.
The bartender gives me a look as I grab the long-necked top-shelf swill and take a drink.
Well, we have someone's opened whiskey now. Yeah, they explained this in the demo. You have a shared inventory for the whole party, which is nice. Ooh, vehicles have one too, okay. One top shelf liquor. And 60 monies. Well, let's talk to the bartender, I guess.
The bartender's eyes follow my hands, making sure I don't get too familiar with the patron's belongings. I approach the counter. Morgan? I give a curt nod without response. Any other gift of familiarity would be wasted. Wilson out? A deep sullenness passes over the man.
He's very talkative, isn't he? Oh, that is a little interruptive, but okay. You're learning about skill checks. It's just a basic 2d6 plus bonus to reach anything, yes? Yes. Yeah.
What can I do for you, Miss Rendazu?
We need to roll a 4 and up. Yeah, that's easy enough.
Morgan's eyes are gray, his knuckles raw. and the scent of 2-day-old body odor breaks through his strong cologne.
Oof.
Wilson never misses a shift.
Never's a big word, Miss Randazzo, especially in this line of work.
It's been a while. How's business, Morgan?
Might have to move myself to the left, maybe? I'm not too in the way of the dialogue so far, and since it's all read out, I guess it works? We'll have to see.
Business carries on as usual, Miss Randazzo. Mr. Blanc's morning is full, and in the evening, we host Kit Holiday.
Kit Holiday?
I know that name from the radio. Shame I'll have to miss hearing her live. The glass cage might tolerate my presence during after hours, but its patience runs dry whenever respectable clientele's on the floor. I got a meeting with Mr. Blanc. Let him know I'm here.
So soon? I'm surprised. And without your uncle.
His eyes meet mine, challenging me to say anything, to reach for my piece, to balk, maybe even cry. I slowly inhale. It's too early to let some high-nosed stiff get his kicks in, so I smile. I'm missing an Apollo Diamond picture to be here, Morgan. Help a girl out. The bartender frowns while he polishes a small tumbler. He's expecting me. I don't intend to make him wait. Do you? That did the trick. He reaches his hand under the counter, slowly. A part of me waits for a fiery roar of buckshot to tear through the mahogany. Instead, I hear a click and muted bell.
That bell was not muted, my dear.
They'll be with you shortly, Miss Randazzo. I assume you can show yourself out afterwards.
A familiar scent fills the air and blazy smoke drifts to the corner of my eye, drawing my attention to a darkened booth.
Okay. So that's the mission, which just updated to talk to him, yeah. Mr. Blanc. Never bothered to ask his real name. Wouldn't get a real answer anyway. Despite being the foremost fixer in the Upper's underground, Mr. Blanc is a man few know much about, if he's a man at all. But for enterprising criminals and legitimate power players alike, he's the one-stop shop for well-sourced information and high-paying work. Provided you can afford his fee, of course. Well then, let's talk to the man.
The table's already set. A narrow beam of light splits the booth. On my side, a glass of my favorite whiskey. On the other, an ember held in the hands of a man more shadow than flesh.
Drink.
Another skill, I see. Another 4-up. I think we can make that.
Excuse me, Mr. Blanc, but I'm here for business, not pleasure.
Surprisingly close.
The ember leans closer. I sweat under its pointed gaze.
Very well. A shame, Randazzo.
He stubs out the pleasantries with his dying cigarette. Onto a new smoke. Onto business.
A young woman from the Heights requests transport to the Lowers. Nowhere in particular.
The Heights? What's some girl from upstairs want in the slums?
I don't care. She requested discretion.
Let's just go through all of these in order, I guess.
She seem like the type to cause trouble? If she's getting into my car, I need to know what to expect.
She is young, naive, harmless. No threat to you.
You're the one who knows things, and that's all you know?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, we have 0 in all skills currently, so that's gonna need changing quick.
The girl's hiding. I found her buying passage from an unsavory sort, and I offered her an alternative. She's desperate,
and she had money.
That was nothing, but more than I could have hoped from a man who charges a premium on information. Sounds too easy.
For you, Randazzo, too easy is all you get. For now.
And if she brings in heat from the heights?
I trust you will adapt.
Where's Wilson? Morgan looks worse for wear out there. The yellow flame flashes on caught breath.
Mr. Wilson is no longer under my employ.
Oh my.
Shame. He owes me money. Know where I can find him? The booth darkens to a silent gloom. Even the embers quiet their dull murmurings as Mr. Blanc leans forward again.
You'd do best to forget Mr. Wilson, him and those he associated with, or you too will find yourself out of my employ.
I'd struck a nerve, one that ran deep. Too deep for me to feel comfortable going any further. Mr. Blanc is a monster in his own right. I don't want to know what ghosts haunt his closet. I'll get it done in a few hours. And maybe next time we talk, the work will require more than my babysitting skills.
Those are some brave words. Nothing could possibly go wrong here, right?
Your reputation is mud, Randazzo. This is charity. Do the job. You'll be paid. Half your usual.
I'm guessing demand is not gonna work well. It's a six up either way. Let's stay polite. Hey.
Half my usual? You called me up here to insult me?
Oh, that's polite? What the hell would have been the demand?
You are not the same smuggler you were a year ago. I pay for who you are now.
It's a conversation I'd had several times already with too many clients. Conversations I'd lost. Turns out one bad day wipes out a lifetime of reliability. I had to try again. I'm every bit the same person I was. That's why you want me on this job. Why you need me. You can't risk your little Heights socialite giving you a bad name with the fat cats upstairs.
If she held any influence, she wouldn't be running away.
So she's running away. And he didn't dispute the first part. You could have called anyone, but you called me because I am the same person. No one else will protect her like I will. That you know. And that's worth a little respect. His cigarette extinguishes itself, obscuring what little of his face I could see in pure black. He did need this girl protected. Question was, from whom?
Your usual, then. And Randazzo, I expect your usual?
She's down below after stepping out for air.
Money.
You'll find her there, being obvious. Good luck, Randazzo.
So far, so very easy to follow. With one single mission. Oh, I see it updated because we got some more money. And the codex. Ah, the heights, the uppers, and the lowers. They say it's where the future is being made. Yeah, right. Whose future? New York City's loftiest district, reserved for only its wealthiest and most well-connected citizens. Its immaculate streets and shining edifices represent an impossible dream for most New Yorkers, who can only gaze upward at it longingly, like the ancient Greek rabble at the foot of the Mountain of the Gods. It's also home to the Helicline Institute of Ethonics, nestled in the sprawling campus known, quite fittingly, as Olympus Park. The uppers? Someday, Zio. Someday I'll call this place home. The soaring skyscrapers, clean-cut concrete, and gilding along every edge might suggest the uppers is a place of prosperity, and that may be true. But who gets to prosper and who pays the cost is a question nobody dares to ask. Many lowers denizens who dodge gunfire and disease on a daily basis dream of a life among the sleek sidewalks and manicured public parks of the uppers, but few achieve the means to make that dream come true. That reckless hope never dies, which is the magic and the lie at the heart of New York City. And the lowers. I look up when I was younger and wonder where the edges of the lowers really were. How many islands filled the skies? Well, I've counted them. And the answer isn't as romantic as I hoped. A colloquial term for the mass of New York City's islands floating closest to the ground level. The lowers is exactly what it sounds like. The city's dirtiest, dingiest, most destitute, and most dangerous neighborhoods. Any money to be found is clutched in the grasp of a greedy few. Any opportunity comes at a high cost, and any hope is like a glimpse of the shining heights through a passing cloud, fleeting and far out of reach. Right, time to leave, I guess.
My eyes dart to the back door. If things go sideways, I'm a quick sprint from the exit. A string of yellow cabs idle at the curb, their vultures squawking at a young woman standing on the sidewalk, barely 20. She's a bird of paradise, too colorful for the drab concrete jungle around her.
She does stand out quite a bit, yeah.
Obvious was right. That's the one. Zio always liked cabbies, said they were useful. This is where he and I disagreed. One of the buzzards has her cornered. The girl's smile is a mask. She's being polite, but she doesn't realize how ugly this could get.
I see. Interesting. Scaring them off is easier than talking them away. Well done.
Hey, beat it. This fare's mine.
Look at all those XP ticking in.
The cabbie gawps at me, stunned I dare intrude on his meal ticket. He sneers and turns back to the girl possessively.
You pay her no mind, doll. Listen, do you like music?
I step forward and dig the snout of my pistol into the unwashed folds of his exposed neck.
Okay.
At the cold touch of iron, he lets out a little rat squeak.
See, now this is the way to be polite.
Now that's music.
Oh boy,
You're with me, Principessa. The girl locks eyes with me and instantly puts the pieces together. She's a fast one.
Thanks ever so much, but my friend's here? Have a nice day.
She trots over to me. The buzzards grumble and fly off, on the prowl for their next piece of roadside meat, leaving one stubborn hanger-on to squawk.
You better watch your back, girlie. We'll see you later.
That sure was scary. I didn't realize... thank you, Miss Smuggler?
I give her a once-over, like a filament warming up inside a bulb. Her shaken nerves are slowly replaced with a beaming smile. My silence doesn't seem to deter her optimism.
So, you're my driver. I'm Nellie. Well, Dr. Eleanor Reinhardt, technically, but please, Nellie's fine.
Name's Gia. So, doctor, huh?
That's right. My degree's in theoretical aethonics. I did my dissertation on Cherenkov radiation's impact on aether particulate flux. Columbia, then NYU for postgrad. Such a gorgeous campus. Have you been?
Yes, I have a master's from there. What? Oh yeah. Is it automatically pre-selected? Am I just that clueless? Apparently it is. Aether. My Zio would say, if we were meant to fly, we would have been made with wings. A form of electromagnetic radiation harvested from the high atmosphere electricity that, when refined and processed, allows for the manipulation of gravity. It's the seemingly miraculous element used to power the technology which keeps New York City afloat. aloft. Ethonics, the study of this technology, is a new science, and our understanding of its mysterious inner workings remains incomplete.
Can't say I have.
It's pretty close to the Helicline Institute of Aethonics. Olympus Park is what most people call it. Where I work. Or worked, anyway.
She fidgets with her big, overstuffed briefcase. Something about it bothers me. This isn't your average rich socialite clutching her purse in a rough part of town. She's clinging to it like a life raft.
I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you make quite a striking impression.
The girl's eyes sparkle with curiosity. She's a bright little thing. Smart, switched on. And she's doing an admirable job of hiding how scared she really is. Her voice drops to a conspiratorial whisper.
Are you really a smuggler?
Aww. 8+ on 2 dice is just the wrong side of likely.
Depends who's asking.
Actually, I should try a few of those, see what happens when you fail.
Well, I am silly. How does one become a smuggler anyways?
Usually not by choice.
Wowzers.
Wowzers. Yep.
Uh-huh. My car's this way. Come on. I get an itchy feeling, like we're being watched. This whole thing has me off kilter, like walking into a room without turning on the lights.
Yeah, it does pre-select. It doesn't scroll to it, though. I see. Some folks say that cabbies are like the city's blood cells, carrying its vibrant life to every extremity. I'm not one of those folks. New York City's cab drivers are a class unto themselves, a legion of hard-scrabble amateur civic cartographers, whose knowledge of the city's layout is rivaled only by their vicious, every-man-for-himself approach to business. A long history of infighting, union corruption, and fierce competition has twisted this once proud calling into a lifestyle fit only for scavengers and crooks. And then there's Nellie. We are nothing alike. But I can't help it, I'm fond of the kid. Maybe we've got more in common than I think. A brilliant Aether scientist and child prodigy with a sunny disposition and a mysterious problem, Dr. Eleanor Nellie Reinhardt arrived in the uppers clutching a briefcase and looking for a ride to the lowers. After narrowly escaping an incident at the Helicline Institute, hello, spoilers, the brave and somewhat naive young idealist decided to take her investigation of the well to its source, and got herself entangled in the dangerous world of the lowers in the process. I feel like most of that is, still a bit ahead of us, but okay then.
We step into my ride. I twist the ignition, and we set off. I catch the girl scanning the interior, her eyes taking everything in. So, where am I dropping you off? The lowers is pretty big.
Oh, anywhere, really. I'm sure I'll find my way where I need to.
There's only sincerity in that voice. Mr. Blanc wasn't kidding. This really is a babysitting job.
Yeah, I think so.
Ooh, what's that button do?
Yeah, don't press that.
Ah, so it must be some type of modification. I bet it's a supercharger. They always have those in the comics. Oh, I know. It's an ejector seat. Wait, it's not for the passenger side, is it?
That would be very useful, though.
She's not even really talking to me. Her motor mouth is just spinning out of control. I've gotta learn what the hell's going on with this easy transport.
Wonder if we can do both of these. Ooh. Well, we failed. That's good.
Her shoes are well polished, her hands clean, and the letters ER adorn her briefcase. She's an open book, but I can't get a read on anything useful.
Is there something you want?
I want to know what I'm getting myself into, kid. Something's off.
Exactly what Mr. Blanc told you. I need transport to the lowers. That is all.
It's never that easy.
Maybe this time it is.
While we're talking, my eyes keep getting pulled to the rear view like it's a magnet. I can't shake the feeling we're not alone. I juke down a couple service paths and hop across an access junction. Sure enough, when we pop back onto street level, the same dark shape is lurking behind us. Hang on to something, kid. This might get bumpy. I pop open the hidden compartment under the dash and point to it. The girl catches on almost instantly, and there's only a moment of hesitation before she shoves her briefcase inside.
Ooh, random events. What fun. Right, we're going here, I guess. There's really no other choice. Surprise encounter.
I catch a glimpse of the man tailing us. He's got the easy posture and the liquid metal smile of a seasoned killer. In the rear view, his eyes burn like ice above a jagged scar.
No! How did he find me?
It's time for the combat tutorial.
Who?
Ramming speed. Hello?
Time you
there
came
we go.
home, darling.
Nellie? Who is that?
Looks like you found a little tour guide, Eleanor. Got no quarrel with you, smuggler. Pull over, and you can drive away clean.
We can't, Gia. Please, we can't.
Don't worry, kid. Just keep your head down. This will be over soon.
Right, so we do in fact have ramming speed. That's great. We have a Gatling gun, which is lovely. Oh, I see. We can like shoot out the side with a shotgun. And we have a Gatling gun that shoots backwards. Can I... Why can I not move here? That's a little annoying. But I guess we can do this? No. Huh? Clearly we can move there. Oh, it's too much energy, isn't it? Where is our energy? We have 16. Yeah, no, that's more than enough. Do that, I guess. And then fire. As far as I can tell, yes. All combat is in a car. Okay. Now we can fall back. Can we see what he can do? Ah. He has shotguns to either side, but nothing behind. So if we drop back a little, we should be fine.
It doesn't have to go like this. Give it up!
He just read the... Hello, Pico. Welcome back. Dude, can you stop shooting my face? That's really rude. Right, we're just gonna pull ahead. Give you one here. And then we're gonna pull forward. And ooh, that's still on cooldown. My bad. Ramming speed! Hello, tiny raiders. How are you? How was your short stream? Road?
But Ships is my bitch. I'm the leader, and she's praying to me.
But are you truly the leader? Welcome in, Raiders. We are playing Aether&Iron, where we're just doing the very first combat. With a car that has a minigun in the storage space, I guess. Well, that's him done.
We did it, Gia! He's gone!
That was too easy. We need to get off this island, now.
Ooh, we got things. Scrap metal. Oh, I see. Go faster, Sparks, yes. Who is the Black Hat? What did you get me into, kid? The mysterious black-hatted assassin trailing Gia and her charge has plenty of firepower and enough scars to make a carpenter's hand jealous. His motive, his goal, and his mission are still murky, but his methods are crystal clear. Well, well, well.
Stop! All vehicles leaving Astoria Bay require an exit permit.
That knife annoys me? What knife?
I got my papers. Verified this morning by...
All exit permits from before noon today are considered void. You'll have to acquire a new permit inside the terminal.
Oh, on the Black Hand's belt. I don't need to take a look at that. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, I guess the way it is, you can kind of left hand pull it upwards, like holding the blade pointing towards the floor, or overhead stabbing. Right, all permits are void, that's just rude.
Look, maybe there is some other arrangement we can reach. I flash a clip of greenbacks underneath my outstretched expired permit. The guard looks unimpressed. Damn upper snobs, too good for money.
Ma'am, that might fly where you're from, but not up here. You'll have to get a permit like everyone else. Now move.
He waves me on, and I drive towards an open spot near the entrance of the terminal. People mill about, laughing in the sun, but something's off. The world feels grainy and sluggish, like I'm wading through sand. I need to keep the girl close.
Can I, like, repair my vehicle here? Okay, that's her skills. I was looking after the car. That is a solid looking skill tree. Damn. There we go. I can click on the car. Can I repair it though? Doesn't look like it.
There's not a dark cloud in the sky or a black hat in the crowd, but my shoulders remain tense. We're killing time in a sea of hard limbs, well-used pocket watches, and dull chatter, waiting for a permit. Bureaucracy moves slow in the uppers without the right type of love to grease the wheels.
Gia? Are you sure we can't take my briefcase? It's very important.
Better off out of sight than getting swiped in a pickpocket's hunting ground. See that? I nod and put a spotlight on an act I've played myself. A gal trips into a gentleman. The gentleman goes to help her. And the bag he's briefly forgotten about glides away in the hands of her partner.
Jeepers! Oh, that poor man. We should
do nothing. Right now, we keep our heads down and avoid bringing attention to ourselves.
That is how you do.
Oh.
Look, no one's prying my stash open, and I've got an eye on the car. Besides, we'll be back in the Chimera in no time.
Right. We're... what's the phrase? Staying low. I'm just worried because... Oh, Gia, look! Cotton clouds! Oh, I haven't had uppers candy in years.
Nellie is easily distractible.
The girl runs off, leaving me to idle in line. She's like a bird from a cage. Bright eyes sparkle as she flits at every vendor between her and the cotton cloud stand. The speakers call out names with far more cheer than they deserved. Dreamland, Nation's Crusade, and so on. None were ours. My neck itches at every careless shoulder bump and lingering eye. Nobody unusual, but the itch doesn't quit.
Okay, scrolling gets us side to side. That's nice.
The vendor sculpts pink and blue clouds for passengers in search of a sweet souvenir. Nellie looks ready to buy out the whole stand. The girl seems determined to stay obvious. We've still got time before the ferry leaves, but I growl as I give up my spot in line and beat feet after her. The girl's busy drilling the vendor about sugar to syrup ratios. I throw a look and she focuses on picking out a flavor. A stick of cotton later, I heard her back in line. Unfortunately, it hasn't moved. I let her get in a few sweet bites before I feed her something bitter. What did that scarred-up black hat want with you? Her face falls mid-bite. The pink cloud sags like a lead balloon.
I love the writing.
I've thought of at least 5 different ways to explain it, but it's complicated. Usually I'd ask someone for advice, but he's not here.
You knew who that was. You'd seen him before. Who is he?
I don't know.
Sure you do.
That wasn't your average tracker. He was big time. Someone you hire when there's no room for error. Someone with deep pockets is after you. And that black hat's not going to give up till he's finished the job. The girl's whole body gives up with a single deep breath. She seems almost relieved to spill the beans.
He's the reason I ran. I saw him at Olympus Park. I saw what he did.
And what did he do?
And I'm guessing he didn't want any witnesses.
Gia, I don't know what he's going to do.
Nothing is what. Not while you're with me. She perks up at the small glint of hope, and I give her a half-hearted smile. It's one thing to deal with a tracker, but if this guy is a hired killer too, I need to be more careful. Look, kid, I got shot at for you. I was told to expect a simple transport, and now I'm stuck looking over my shoulder. You owe me a whole lot more than it's complicated. What's in the case?
I'm sorry. You're right. And I'm sorry you got shot at. It's my research. It's very important, but I don't know why anyone else would want it.
I give her a side eye. I need the whole picture, but all I'm getting is an unfinished canvas.
It's the well.
What about it? So a bodega sign falls off and disappears every now and then. Neighborhood's already coming to pieces anyhow.
It's expanding. Getting bigger. Stronger. It's going to get bad, Gia. Really bad.
So I'm gonna take a wild guess and say the well is connected to the ether harvesting and refining somehow, and the more you do that, the more the well gets, and sooner or later the whole thing is gonna fall. Right? Surely. The well. You ever get the feeling you're ignoring something important? Nah, me neither. Perhaps New York's most distinct and troubling landmark, the well is a gravity anomaly looming just beyond the city's skylines. Everyone has their theories as to its origins, but nobody disputes its destructive storm-like effects. Those in the relative comfort of the heights might not pay it any mind. But to the souls in the lowers who contend with bizarre shifts in gravity, disappearing pets and belongings, and crumbling infrastructure, it's a very real and immediate fact of life. If people weren't so busy trying to survive daily life in the lowers, they might have time to stop and worry how it only seems to get bigger and bigger.
You're pulling my leg.
No, I swear, Tia, the car!
Bye, car!
Minutes. I'd only taken my eyes off the car for a few damn minutes. Time stops long enough for me to catch the tail end. The glare of green lights, the lift of red-white metal, and the blur of a black hat. They took my car.
Well, I guess I don't need to worry about repairing it.
Tia, my research was in the car. What are we going to do?
We're going, now. Ferry's here. I know a place we can hide on board, but we gotta move.
But...
No buts, kid. Move. If they've got the car, we've got to assume they're on our tail. We stick to the plan. Get to the lowers and hole up somewhere safe. After that, we're gonna figure out how you're getting my car back.
Ooh, that's a lot of XP. Lemons and hard landings. Okay, let's see about that level up. Level up to enhance your crew's talents and attributes to improve your bonuses. Each crew member has access to different talents. Access your talents by selecting the crew portraits in the top left. Alright, now it's just me in it. Oh, straight to level 3, huh? I see. What are these? Get more AP for missing health, okay. More rams. Gain healing could be useful. Jump costs no AP. That could be useful. As is this. Okay, all of these seem to be combat related. Yeah, all of these are combat related, okay. Engine failure status effect. A vehicle affected by engine failure is forced to move backwards. Interesting. But I don't think we can reach any of these, right? I see. Can reach these, but I can also prepare a bunch. Ah, tricky. Smooth Talker is usually useful. Not sure about that combat talent. And then these are all new abilities. That's again a passive, and then more new abilities. Got it. Perfect mass repair, okay. I do like this, and I feel like the Smooth Talker is gonna be useful, so upgrade these two, and then next level up we take one of these. We're gonna have a fleet of cars. I have no idea how it works. Maybe?
The Hole is a barrenless refuge, rotting and hidden in a forgotten corner of the city. It offers sanctuary to every soul who finds freedom at the end of a gun or the bottom of a bottle. It is the safety of the shadows.
Oh, is this your hideout, Gia? It's like a pirate's cove or a raider's den.
Well, she's excited. The Hole. Ah, home sweet, stinky, shifty home. The history of the Hole is as patchy as its walkways and walls. Originally a swath of agricultural marshland owned by the Radish Kings of Long Island, it was later partially developed for housing, becoming a border town between boroughs. With poor civic support and worse infrastructure, it quickly became a place for lost things, junk and dead bodies. Now, as a place that's hard to find even for those inclined to look, it's a refuge for only the truly depressed or truly desperate. How lovely.
More like a sinkhole. Watch your step, kid. You'll sooner run into a back alley mugger than a swashbuckler out here.
So, what's next? We need to formulate a strategy.
My place. I need a drink. And you need to finish explaining what the hell got my car stolen.
Miss Randazzo?
You enjoy captaining a ferry?
It's my job.
Come on. Nobody does what you do for as long as you have if they don't love it. Right? The old man's eyes are roomy with time and pain, and a loneliness like the open sky.
Sure, miss. It's a wonder an old swab like me ever got to fly.
Okay, I feel like we engage with this character later.
By now.
By now, yes. Not sure why that is the only other, like, talkable place here, but sure.
While the Joneses have their gilded wallpaper, all I have is a head full of some days. Unfortunately, dreams don't provide much of a view when your eyes are open. Finally, the first drop of real sunshine all day.
Cheers, I guess.
Zio always told me to have a way out. This old greenhouse has plenty of windows that offer that very service. Would hate to break one on a quick getaway, though. What would you do, Zio? Say job's over, cut the kid loose and run? Would definitely save me from a headache. I still have that new edition of BAM to read. Later. New York City's bigger than the world that holds it. A single filing cabinet couldn't contain it all, but I always found a way to keep it stocked with everything I need. I can last one more day.
So can I put that in my pocket or something? No, I cannot. Oh, equip this item to a vehicle. Unfortunately, we are fresh out of vehicles.
The way she holds herself is too bright for my apartment, too colorful. Everything feels smaller, the space between the shrinking walls taken up by her testimony.
I've been tracking growth patterns around gravitational anomalies. The well's always been an unusual case. It goes through the occasional spike and ebb, but it's always stabilized, eventually. My colleagues and I were supposed to meet and discuss what to do about the well, but I was late. I would have been inside already if it hadn't been for Professor Gardner. He discovered something was wrong first. He tried to get me away, and because of me, he...
She trembles, leaving the unspoken sound of a falling body to echo off the walls.
There was an explosion. Everything burned so fast. I wanted to help, but Professor Gardner wasn't moving. That's when I saw him, the black hat. And then he saw me. I ran as fast as I could. Didn't have time to take anything else but the notes I had on me.
That's a hell of a story. So a professional killer snuck into the Heights and blew up a building just to get his mitts on you and your research. and you have no idea why.
I truly don't. Please, you have to believe me.
Your colleagues. Tell me about them.
They were brilliant scientists, Gia. All of them. And bright and hopeful. Together, we were going to discover a better world. Find the answers to...
She holds back the grief by roaming the room with her eyes, latching onto every detail and yet ignoring every bit of it.
And they were kind. Alistair, Professor Gardner, especially. He always looked out for me. Even when I first showed up. A 16-year-old with a half-packed suitcase and too many questions. He always tried to help. Right to the end.
Your kind have been coming down here for years. They do some tests, make a big spectacle of themselves, and conclude that it's mostly harmless. Nothing more than clouds or a bad storm.
That's the thing! It should be nothing more than a cloud or a storm. For crying out loud, it's not Jupiter's red spot. Something is causing it to persist and expand.
It was just a pause. A moment where I hold back a lifetime of cynicism and disappointment. But she hears it like I'm filling the room with air raid sirens.
You live in a flying city, Gia. A city kept alive with technology so foreign 80 years ago that we'd be like gods to our grandparents. It's solvable.
You're in the lowers, as requested and paid for. What were you planning once you got here?
First, I thought I'd have to find a place to live, of course. I have some money,
The girl goes paler than the moon in a crystal bath. A moment of clarity, and a possible lifetime of hopelessness.
It was in my case. All of it. I have nothing.
Fucking perfect.
She looks up at me, eyes suddenly welling into baby blue pools that flood the dwindling room.
I don't have anyone I can ask for a loan. Everyone's... They're dead. All of them. He killed them. And now he's followed me here. He won't stop, will he? He's going to find me again. And I won't be able to fix the well, and...
You've got me protecting you, Nellie. He isn't going to lay a hand on you. I'll talk to someone who could help, but I need you to focus. Those goons stole my car and your briefcase. And right now, you might be the only real lead I have.
What can I do? I told you everything I know.
Not everything. He called you by your name. We're looking at someone who's done his research. Or someone who's got something personal on you. Got any enemies up there?
No!
You sure? You didn't piss off some other brainiac with a better showing at the science fair?
No.
You running from family? Some bigwig who made a pass at you? Jilted husband?
I'm not. I've never been... married? I don't have the time. Or the interest. But even if I did, I haven't had any gentleman callers. Or really met any gentleman. Aside from Professor Gardner, of course, but he doesn't count. Not in that way.
This Professor Gardner's come up a few times. Who is he?
Oh, Professor Gardner, Alistair Gardner, was one of the first people recruited to the Helicline Institute. He's one of their spokesmen, too. He even oversaw my application. The other adjudicators were reluctant. Everyone else was so much more senior, and older, too. But Alistair fought for me. He called my skills and my desire for a better world a brilliant ambition. He helped look after me during my stay at Olympus Park. It helps that he supervised the lab that I worked in.
I don't get it. You're from Olympus Park. You got money. And you just leave without talking to anyone?
I mean, everyone just got exploded, right? I'm guessing she doesn't have, Actually, where did she come from? Like, there's gotta be some parents somewhere in the uppers, right?
I needed to disappear quickly. Apparently, Not all that good at it.
No, not really.
I didn't have time to pack. I took the first ferry I could find. It left me in Astoria Bay. Fortunately, when I told a very nice officer I needed to get to the lowers, he referred me to Mr. Blanc.
Right.
Knowing Mr. Blanc, that referral didn't happen by chance. He's got eyes in every dark corner of the city. If a bird from the heights flew down on an air of mystery, he'd want to know why. Something doesn't add up. Most of us will never see the heights, let alone Olympus Park. How'd someone like him get inside?
Lots of money and or influence?
I don't know. He must have broken in. Or stolen access? Disguised himself, maybe? But you can't just stroll through. I had to go through an extensive vetting process to even be allowed to visit.
So he's found you twice. Once in the heights, and then again after hiding with Mr. Blanc. He'll probably track you down here, too.
You think?
She starts to retreat back into her shell. Damn it. I was just getting somewhere. If I'm going to get anything useful out of this, I gotta give her something to latch onto. Hey, look at me. This chump isn't getting away with this. I'm going to take care of him. Going to get my car and your briefcase back.
Really?
It's a matter of personal and professional pride. I don't like when people mess with what's mine. Just stay here and don't touch anything. I'll be back soon.
Wait! I'm going with you.
And why should I do that? You're a doe in headlights most of the time.
Well, for a lot of reasons, actually. For starters, I'm excellent company.
That happen often in Iron?
I'm also smart and amazing at aethonics. I'm sure that could really come in handy out there. But if not, well, let's be honest with each other. I need you to find that man. He has my briefcase. You need your car back, and you can do that by finding him. If he's following me, then that's good news. The best way for you to find him is for him to find me. Us.
Foolhardy or brave, like going all in before the flop in a high-stakes hold'em round. I'll give the kid this much. She's earnest to a fault. Okay, but first I need to see a gal about a car. Until I'm back, stay put. Cress is already gonna be in a bad enough mood when she hears about the car. She doesn't need me ambushing her with this bundle of trouble too. Cress Carter is the only person in the hole who could sell me something with 4 repulsors and a steering wheel. Only one issue. I'm broke. Fortunately, I have something more valuable to her than a wad of cash.
Coleman Hawkins record headed to pockets. Okay. Let's hear about Cress. If anyone can get your broken down boiler flying again, it's Cress Carter. Skills like her don't come free though. A former Aether&Iron, Cress was crawling through catwalks and ductwork when most children were still rolling around the nursery floor. Despite a loyal attachment to her free home, a tragic accident pushed Cress to strike out topside and bootstrap a business. Her unmatched mastery of Aether tech has made her one of the most sought-after mechanics in the lores, particularly with the outlaw community. We can trade a record for a whole-ass car. Apparently so, yes. Now, can I... Oh, that's better. That makes things a lot more visible. Yeah, I think we haven't seen that entry. Of Gia's uncle. Gia Randazzo's paternal uncle and criminal mentor, Zio Alfonso, was a successful smuggler and operator among Sicily's crime families who was forcibly emigrated to New York. Where he established a thriving underground network of illicit activity. A naturally warm-hearted and generous man, he devoted himself to ensuring the young Gia had the tools to survive the city's harsh demands, training her from childhood in everything from pickpocketing to getaway driving. She felt a deep and abiding love for him, which made his untimely death especially difficult to bear.
If there's anything that can soften bad news and a steep ask from Cress, it's a fresh record with a smooth baritone. I second guess leaving the girl idle in my room. She's the curious kind that could find trouble with her eyes closed and feet tied.
Let's find her a distraction.
I don't live like royalty, but I got a few shabby creature comforts around. Maybe it's enough to keep the girl's hands busy.
Oh, I see. I need to pick the right thing for her to, Yeah, let's give her a shotgun.
Try one of these. Cloud Captain never fails to cheer me up.
Oh, thanks, Gia.
She starts to flip through the pages as I leave, her eyes landing longer on the page with Cloud Captain's devilish smile.
Okay, then.
She works tirelessly on that arm of hers, obsessing over it, making sure that it's not useless. Sometimes I wonder if she's talking about herself more than her arm.
Surely not. Also, cat. First, he does not like us. Okay. It's just her otherwise. Yes, yes.
Cress? The hole doesn't ask much of its residents. Stay quiet, don't draw attention, find comfort in the dark. Despite growing up in Aether&Iron in the Undercity, Cress Carter refused to abide. From behind a junker made more of rust than steel, two faintly glowing points rise. Cress appears, pale milky eyes already wary and fixed to joust.
Where's my baby, 8-Shot?
The low, angry rumble of the island's Aether generators shake the floor in protest of their nature-defying feat. I hope it stifles the sound of my pulse. This is news I don't want to break.
How are our chances to disarm things? Also, disarm the situation is really mean. Phrasing-wise. 7 up. Ha. Let's try it. Hey!
Yeah, about that. Is that a combustion engine you're working on? It's practically an antique.
In a city of magically powered anti-grav flying cars, we're gonna get one with a diesel engine, aren't we?
Mr. Thompson's been holding on to this thing since he first moved here. Left her to me when he passed. She's not much now, but a few more tons of elbow grease, and she'll sing.
She stretches her prosthetic arm and tilts her head, analyzing the jagged edges of this car-shaped hunk of rust like puzzle pieces she can rearrange and solve. She's just... Cress, I got some bad news. The car's gone. I let my guard down.
You lost it? You here then to beg for your life?
I need help getting it back. An iceberg lugged 3,000 miles from the North Pole and thrown in the corner wouldn't have made this room any colder. Cress, Look, I don't come empty-handed. Here, found this on one of my jobs.
You think you can bribe me with a Coleman Hawkins? Damn. Okay, I'm listening.
Apparently, yes, we can bribe you with that.
She's still out there. My guess is White Street. The thief was after something in a hidden compartment, and they won't get it open without help. White Street will take apart anything if they get to keep the parts.
I'm listening for an apology, Gia. That wasn't just your car. It was hours, days of my blood, sweat, and tears to make it work.
You think I don't feel bad enough as is? I'm sorry, Cress. It's this job I'm on. This client, some hotshot's after her. Same punk who took the car.
Apology accepted, if you get our baby back. Now, this job. I thought you were taking things easy still. Honestly, surprised you found work at all. It's only been a year since your uncle died. How you holding up?
Work's dried up. Even the easy jobs that no one wants. What I can get is barely enough to get by.
Have you considered calling in that favor Needles owes you? He's working in White Street now. Pretty sure he could get you a job if you need it. Here, he's been busy lately.
Needles? I'm not talking to that prick, not in 100 years. Not sure who would shoot first if we saw each other again. No, Cress, not him.
Okay, so obviously we're gonna meet Needles at some point. Didn't change the entry by showing that something is new. Yeah, we've seen her entry. Odd.
Wait, are you keeping tabs on him?
You're not the only smuggler that's good at what they do. He's also one of the few who still runs in White Street. Aether&Iron over there don't have many options, especially with that tyrant and his constant wars.
War in White Street wasn't new, and it wasn't worth the small talk, or the bad memories that come with it. Not right now, Cress. I just want to stay focused, find my car. I bet by now she's in the hands of some White Street chop shop. I need your help, Cress.
2 favors, then. A car, and I assume a lead in White Street.
Her eyes go distant. She never told me who she lost when White Street's Baron executed his last purge, but she disappeared for a week afterwards. When she finally returned, someone else walked around in Cress's leather shoes.
Yeah? Who is the voice actor?
She pulls out a pencil, scribbling a symbol on an old stale coffee filter plucked from the ground.
North White Street Harbor, Pier 9. Say I sent you. You'll find some Aether&Iron who can help. Maybe.
Yanan Marshall. Doesn't ring a bell. And the only thing on that list that I've played is Warframe. Though I've seen a bit of Rogue Trader, but yeah, not enough that I remember her voice.
As for the car, got a lemon out back. Not much, but it's a start. Bring it around, and maybe I can get it working. Take these repair kits too, in case you get in a scrap.
Thanks, Cress.
Yeah. Also, Gia, don't be an ass. I'll hear about it.
Okay, then. Vehicle parts into scrap, I see. And then here is where we can repair cars. Gotcha. Paint job. Change vehicles. We can indeed have several different vehicles then. What would the different symbols mean, I wonder? Like, this is invisible to people, I guess? So that seems like a better storage for the shotgun. And back here is, excuse me. Vehicle parts. Ooh, I see. Okay, for now we just have that one cruddy car.
Some people laugh when adults are afraid of the dark. From what Cress has gone through, I'd be more worried if she wasn't. I find the kid where I left her, several pages deep into the adventures of Cloud Captain.
Gia, how did the meeting go? Smoothly, I hope. Did you have to do a wheel and deal?
Worked something out. Anyway, reading break's over. Let's head out.
Already?
We need to move fast if we even want a chance of finding my car and your briefcase in one piece. Best bet? We start with White Street.
Why there? Is it a smuggler thing?
It's a hunch. White Street's whole business is sanitation and recycling. You need something disposed of on the down low? That's where you go.
Okay. And I think that is where we will leave it for today. This thing autosaves often. What? Why is it... Okay, weird. Anywho, let's see who else is out there. Oh, the game mutes when out of focus. That's too bad. So there are other people playing this game, which is nice. But I feel like they're all gonna be a fair bit ahead of us. Yeah, I guess one of them is the demo saves. Let's see. We have City Skylines. We have Resident Evil 7. Pokemon, Valheim, Minecraft, Assassin's Creed. Don't you dare say dealer's choice. I think we're going to see Lich. I haven't spoken to them in a while. We're off to see the wizard, or, you know, the Lich. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a good start into the next week. Yeah, I don't think I have much more to say today. Isn't that nice? Anywho, I shall see you in places on Twitch. For now, bye-bye.